much to say that he's in football's limbo. He's had a few opportunities, hasn't been able to make the most of them, and we know he's a good athlete, but he just doesn't use the ball well enough.
McKenna with the turnover for the Cats. Cloaked long, Wiggins gets back. Can't affect the spoil. Hunt stood his ground. Ling, dangerous pass.
And I think if he's going to cement a spot, Jared, if he has the odd turnover, what he has to do is make better decisions and give himself more margin for error.
David Johnson to Joel Corey to Darren Milburn. Experienced players now coming to the fore for the Cats. Varco, more thumped here by Hill.
He hasn't been around as long, Travis Varco, but he's starting to head down the same path. A very high draft pick. Hasn't been able to find a spot, whether it's getting enough of the ball or work rate, I'm not quite sure. He has talent, but we just don't see it often enough.
16 games last year. It never really was 100% right handle. First choice player when they sit down at selection. Laidler, Ling.
He's got one of the best don't argues in the business, Ling. He's a very hard man to tackle. He's a big body and he always anticipates it and gets that arm up.
It's an ace to Hunt for Chapman to Miles. He can't finish. So Brodie Miles, another player, rookie list player, yet to play a home and away game. The Cats are trying in this NAB Cup.
Paul Chapman off for a spell for the Cats, and he's been replaced by Simon Hogan. A well-earned break for Chapman.
Good fly, Wiggins, on the end of that Stevens kick. 5 minutes and 21 points.
But
That's the equation.
Cloak one out against Milburn. I don't know why he wouldn't get it down there quickly.
Play on backwards. That was in the forward half. Stevens to Yaron. Hands off to Betts. From the pocket to give the game a pulse. He's missed.
Over the post.
Cats play on quickly. It's an ace. Steve Johnson, Gary Ablett. And he's off. And he could put a full stop on this. Sends it long. Lonergan manhandled. Jamison had him. And Lonergan could be the man to put the punctuation mark on this performance by the Cats.
Well, I must have missed the initial hold because when I looked at that contest, it was Lonergan throwing Jamison out of the way, but obviously that was in response to initial contact from Jamison, who's now coming from the ground, and the umpire was close enough and looking ahead of the play to actually call it well, so good decision.
Inside 4 minutes to the final siren, and Lonergan stretches the margin to 26.
Well, it's taken them until deep in this match to break it open, the Cats. They've kicked away now, but I dare say there are a lot of very, very happy Carlton supporters out there who would be champing at the bit thinking, boy, why don't we bring back Fev and Judd and Murphy and Gibbs and Waite and half of the others that are out. I know Geelong have got a number of players out, but the effort from Carlton, minus all those stars, has been first class, because as expected, the best team has hit the front.
Mark Thompson, Brendan Sanderson on his right, Stephen Hocking is behind them, Neil Baum, some quality in that box.
There's still a bit going on down back. Brett Thornton bumping a few players. He's really angry tonight.
Jeez, it's a big lead from West. He didn't get near the footy, but he's got a massive lump.
It's a high bump, that.
He felt it too.
Caught Ling, and that's Lockie Hill. And there's an indication that he actually made contact.
Yeah, it's a head made of granite though, Cameron Lee. Give him a rub and he'll be right.
It's been well chiselled though. Burns. Hadley scoops it wide. Fisher round the trouble. Gave it back to Lockie Hill. Stevens. Wiggins. Yaron. From 45. Across the face. Eddie Betts can't trap it. Hampson tries to wrap it up. Betts had a hand held, a leg held. West ran into trouble. Dump gone. Ball. Play on. No advantage.
Kicked it too.
Gee. Garlick kicked the goal. Betts will take the shot again. We're down to 3 minutes.
Colby, just with Tom Hawkins, did he leave the ground with an injury? Because he's been blacked out on our stat sheet and he didn't look that flash.
Yeah, interesting one, Jared. I did see him at three-quarter time break, and he didn't look happy. I don't want to go putting in the line through him just yet, but he's certainly in the substitute costume, and he didn't look all that happy. So fingers crossed, nothing wrong with Big Hawk.
Because he has had an injury-interrupted career so far. Betts kicks the goal, but time might beat the Blues.
Well, it's likely that the time will beat them, but to fight it out right to the final siren will be a great boost for the confidence of this team. So many young players on display. You see Hunt here trying not to get caught trapping the ball. West just looking for someone to give the hand pass to. Betts followed up. This is a terrific kick from a tight angle. Very, very good kick.
Two minutes 46 remaining. 20 points the margin. It's been done before, but we'd like to have Judd or Favola out there to help them do it. From the ball up. Little toe poke, but no clearance. Russell to Hadley. Still some belief. Yaron.
There'll be too many people blowing about the style of play tonight, Jason.
Garlett, Yaron, ball inside 50. And Taylor allows it to run out.
And now that you've fixed up the rush behind, we're all in business.
I think it's also interesting when we have a look, we see Tom Hawkins there, who hasn't taken any part in the second half. We hope there's no injury there. But even though Geelong are going to win the game, I dare say those at Carlton will be even happier.
Snace gave it up to Fisher. Sorry, Jason.
That's
but
right.
Had he goaled there, would have been back to 14 points. But another miss. It's 19.
I just think the Blues will take more out of the game than the Cats do.
Hunt.
They're certainly going to have to play better than this, Geelong.
Well,
and with a little bit more talent in if they'd beat Collingwood next week.
But I think the other thing we need to bear in mind is that
Hogan turned it over. Betts. Sorry, Jason, again. But
it's a brilliant
things
turnover.
keep happening
They
here.
do. They
Wiggins
do.
a chance to keep this game alive.
I think it's fair to say, too, that Geelong have just done what they've had to do to get the result as well. They do have gears, the Cats, and they have lifted when they've needed to open up a match-winning lead. But the Blues continue to fight. Eddie Betts the turnover.
Oh, and he's kicked it to the left. He brings it back a little, but not enough. It's 18 points, but I suppose we can call it two kicks if you like.
Was Eddie's kick 20 metres?
Borderline. Borderline.
Hunt. Precise pass as well.
That's one way to get through a zone defence.
So McKenna, Ablett, Moles peels back. Anderson was the fist. Cruiser. Dumping tackle on Anderson. Armfield, Austin. Fisher. Still some belief in this Blues outfit. Fisher goes towards Betts. High kick. Garlett, Betts. Handsome with the reach. Couldn't pluck it. Stokes back with the flight. Wrapped up, dragged down, still got it.
Oh!
Blues called for the free and got it.
Here's the decision. Darren Milburn can't believe it.
They don't know how long left.
Yeah, top on the screen.
Okay, I do.
Unfortunately, they're not in a position where they can fashion a 9-pointer.
So Garlett, 41 seconds and ticking. Just poke that.
Very casual, wasn't it?
And a poor end result.
Nevertheless, he's got something unique. He's got some issues to do to tidy up his kicking, but he's got a lot of other things that you can't teach.
Milburn can suck some seconds off the clock. Tenace. Another good night at the office for Kane Tenace. 20 possessions. Joel Corey, 24 possessions for him. Max Rook. Stokes. I'll bring back their stars next week. A few more of them that were out. Cam Mooney will come back. Enright, Selwood, Mackie. All come back. Jimmy Bartell will be back in for the grand final.
Milburn just limped off with what looked like a bit of a knock to the calf.
Okay, let's hope he's okay. But it'll be the Cats against Collingwood in the NAB Cup Grand Final for 2009. The Cats have been after one thing for the last